They say when you shake hands with the devil, you never really let go. John Wick learned that lesson the hard way. This is the story of the night that proved it. Picture this: New York City, 2 years after the Continental burned. John Wick sits alone in a dimly lit apartment in Brooklyn. Not the Continental suite, not a safe house, just a regular apartment. 3rd floor walk-up, creaky radiator, the kind of place where normal people live normal lives, and he's trying to be normal again. On the table in front of him sits a single photograph. Helen, her smile frozen in time, back when the world still made sense, back when he thought he could actually leave all of this behind. Next to it, a half-empty glass of bourbon and a leather-bound journal he's been writing in. Therapy, the doctor called it. Writing down the memories to let them go. John called it torture. His knuckles are scarred, always will be. Some things don't heal, they just become part of who you are. He's older now, grayer, the kind of tired that seeps into your bones and makes a home there. But his eyes, they're still sharp, still scanning every shadow. Old habits die hard. Actually, they don't die at all. The clock on the wall ticks past midnight. He should sleep. He won't. He never really does anymore. Then his phone rings, not the burner phones he used to carry. His actual phone, the number only 3 people in the world have. He stares at it for a long moment before answering. Winston. His voice is gravelly, like he hasn't spoken in days. Maybe he hasn't. Jonathan. Winston's voice crackles through the speaker, and something in it makes John's spine straighten. Fear. Winston doesn't do fear. We need to talk. In person, tonight. I'm out, Winston. You know that. No one's ever out, John. You of all people should know that by now. A pause. It's about Marcus. John's grip tightens on the phone. Marcus, dead for years now. Killed because he chose friendship over contracts. Chose John over the high table. What about him? Not over the phone. You remember the place. The line goes dead. An hour later, John stands in the rain outside an abandoned church in Red Hook. This is where it started years ago, where Marcus first trained him, where an orphan with nothing became something else entirely, something dangerous. Winston waits inside, flanked by the Bowery King. Both men look older under the flickering candlelight. Both men look worried. Didn't think I'd see this reunion, John says, stepping into the nave. Neither did we, the Bowery King replies, but desperate times. Winston produces a gold coin from his pocket. But this isn't continental currency. This one's different, older, a serpent eating its tail etched into the metal. The Ouroboros. You recognize this? Winston asks. John's jaw tightens. I thought they were destroyed, all of them. So did we. Winston sets it on the altar. Someone's activating the old contracts. The ones from before the high table, the blood pacts that can't be broken. Marcus made you sign one, the Bowery King says, before he died. Called it his insurance policy. Said if anyone ever came after you again, the contract would activate. Bind you to finish what he started. John stares at the coin like it's a live grenade. Marcus never told me about this. Because he hoped you'd never need to know, Winston says. But 3 days ago, someone killed the last surviving member of the Tarasov family. Used Marcus's signature method, 2 shots, heart and head. John's blood runs cold. I killed the Tarasovs. All of them. Not all. Winston slides a photograph across the altar. A young woman, early 20s. Meet Katya Tarasov, Vigo's niece, raised in hiding. She's been building her own empire, quiet and careful, waiting for the right moment to strike. And now someone's framing you for her death. Why? John's voice is barely above a whisper. To force your hand. The Ouroboros contract states that whoever activates it must complete Marcus's final wish, eliminate every threat to Jonathan Wick, every single one, no exceptions. The Bowery King leans forward. Someone wants you to go to war, John. And they're using Marcus's ghost to do it. John picks up the coin. In the candlelight, the serpent seems to move, consuming itself in an endless cycle. Who activated it? Winston and the Bowery King exchange a glance. That's the problem, Winston says. We don't know, but whoever it is, they know everything. Every safe house, every contact, every secret Marcus ever kept. He pauses. They know about the impossible task. They know about Helen. They know about Daisy. John's hand closes around the coin hard enough to leave an imprint in his palm. The Bowery King speaks quietly. Whoever's doing this, they're not just trying to bring you back in. They're trying to destroy everything you ever fought for, everyone you ever cared about. They want to prove that John Wick can never escape, that the Baba Yaga is all you'll ever be. Where do I start? John asks. Winston slides another photograph across the altar, a man in shadows. His name is Dmitry Kozlov, Marcus's former partner before you. He disappeared 20 years ago after betraying a contract. Marcus hunted him but never found him. Word is Dmitry's been hiding in the Moroccan underworld, building an empire on the bones of everyone Marcus ever trained. Everyone except you. He wants revenge, John says. No. Winston's voice is ice. He wants to become you. To prove he's the real Baba Yaga, and he's using Marcus's contract to force you into one final game. The church falls silent except for the rain hammering against the stained glass windows. There's more, the Bowery King says. Dmitry's not working alone. He's got backing from someone inside the high table. Someone who wants you dead almost as much as he does. John looks up. Who? The Harbinger. The name hits like a bullet. The Harbinger. A legend even among legends. The high table's executioner. The one who makes people vanish so completely it's like they never existed at all. No one's ever seen the Harbinger's face and lived. Why would the Harbinger want me dead? John asks. I completed my task. Killed the Elder. The table's been restructured. Winston's expression darkens. Because you did something no one else has ever done, Jonathan. You didn't just survive the underworld. You transcended it. You became the ghost story that ghost stories tell. And the Harbinger? They can't have that. Can't have someone prove that escape is possible. 72 hours later, John Wick stands on a rooftop in Casablanca. The city sprawls below him, a maze of ancient streets and modern corruption. Dmitry's fortress sits in the heart of it, a converted warehouse guarded by an army. John's wearing his signature black suit, Heckler & Koch P-30L holstered under his arm. Glock 26 at his ankle. Kevlar lined everything. He looks like he's dressed for a funeral. In a way, he is. The Bowery King's voice crackles through his earpiece. You got 12 minutes before their shift change. After that, you're looking at triple the guards. Understood, John replies. John, Winston's voice cuts in. Remember, Dmitry wants you alive, wants to break you in front of the whole underworld. Don't give him the satisfaction. John checks his weapons one last time. I won't. He drops from the rooftop. What happens next is poetry written in violence. John moves through that fortress like a ghost, like smoke, like the Baba Yaga of legend. Suppressed shots in the darkness, bodies dropping without a sound. He's not angry, not vengeful, just efficient, inevitable, like a force of nature. They say John Wick once killed 3 men with a pencil. Tonight he kills 15 before anyone even realizes he's inside. He finds Dmitry in the central chamber, surrounded by stolen artifacts from Marcus's old contracts, trophies. Memories turned into monuments to ego. Dmitri is older than John, 60s maybe, but he moves like a viper, quick and deadly. He smiles when John enters. The Baba Yaga himself. Marcus always said you were his greatest work. Where's the Harbinger? John's voice is flat. Closer than you think. Dmitri circles him slowly. Marcus trained you to be a killer, John. But I'm going to show you what you really are. A slave. A dog on a leash made of blood and ghosts. You think you escaped? You'll never escape. Marcus gave me a choice, John says. Something you never understood. Dmitri lunges. The fight is brutal, vicious. Two men trained by the same master, using the same techniques, trying to kill each other with the same precision. They crash through furniture, through glass, through memories. But John is younger, stronger. And he's got something Dmitri doesn't. Something to fight for. He pins Dmitri against the wall, gun to his temple. Where is the Harbinger? Dmitri laughs, blood on his teeth. Look behind you. John spins. Standing in the doorway is a figure in white, face obscured by a porcelain mask, the Harbinger. Hello, Jonathan, says a voice he hasn't heard in years. A voice he thought was gone forever. The Harbinger removes the mask. It's Helen. John's gun drops. Surprised? She asks, stepping into the light. Older, harder, eyes cold as winter. You thought I died. The whole world did. That's what made me perfect for the role. No, John's voice breaks. You died. I buried you. I mourned you. You buried a body, Helen says. The high table needed the Harbinger. I needed to disappear. We made a deal. Your wife dies. Their weapon is born. She moves closer. Did you really think they'd let you go, John? Let you have peace? You're too valuable, too dangerous. So they gave you a reason to retire, gave you grief to drown in. And when you were soft enough, weak enough, they'd pull you back in. I loved you, John whispers. I know. Helen's voice is devoid of emotion. That's what made it work. The Ouroboros coin falls from John's hand, clattering on the floor. Marcus knew, Helen continues. Before he died, he figured it out. That's why he created the contract. To force you to face the truth. To kill every threat, including me. John looks at the woman he loved. The woman he killed for. The woman who broke him so completely he became a myth. I can't, he says. Then you'll never be free. Helen raises her gun. And neither will I. They say the greatest battles aren't fought with bullets. They're fought with choices. John Wick makes his choice. The gunshot echoes through the Casablanca night. When the smoke clears, Helen lies on the ground, the Ouroboros coin clutched in her hand. John stands over her, gun trembling. I'm sorry, he whispers. She smiles, actually smiles. Don't be. You just set us both free. Her eyes close. John burns the warehouse to the ground. Dmitri's body, the artifacts, the contracts, everything. He stands in the flames watching his past turn to ash. The Bowery King and Winston find him at dawn, standing by the ocean. It's done? Winston asks. John nods. What now? John looks out at the water, at the horizon where the sea meets the sky, where one world ends and another begins. Now I disappear, for real this time. They'll come looking, the Bowery King warns. Let them. John turns. His eyes are different now, empty, free. The Baba Yaga is dead. Let him stay that way. He walks away, into the crowd, into the world, into whatever comes next. They say every legend casts a shadow, and when the legend dies, the shadow remains, haunting, waiting, watching. Somewhere in the world, John Wick is still out there, not a killer, not a weapon, Just a man trying to find peace in a world that won't let him have it. But if you listen carefully on quiet nights, you might hear it. The sound of a single gunshot somewhere far away. A reminder that some ghosts never truly rest. They just wait for the right moment or for the right reason and for one last dance.